let's spill the tea on my teeth. This episode is dedicated to my Invisalign journey, which is not sponsored, by the way. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get alerted when I post videos like this on the weekly. There's a reason why I would do things differently. So I actually decided to get Invisalign because my dentist was really pressuring me into getting, like, straightening out my teeth. I've never had braces, for the record. And he was just like, you know, you really should get Invisalign. Your teeth are really crooked. And I actually have one, like, browning tooth. I don't know what to call it. It's grayish brown, but when I was 7, I actually fell off my bike doing a papa wheelie and chipped my 2 front teeth, so they are bonded. And I had a root canal done in my front tooth, so there's no root in it, which the tooth is essentially gonna get darker. We internally bleached it and did all of the things, but it still is somehow a different color than my other teeth. And every time I go to the dentist, he has some sort of salesy way of it reminding me that my teeth are 2 different colors. And they don't bother me on the regular, like when I look at pictures and things like that, maybe I see a little note, but I don't have that confidence problem about my teeth. I actually never had a problem with my teeth before I got Invisalign, even though I had that one tooth that was a different-ish color. And I actually really never even thought about getting braces until my dentist pulled it out to me. And when I did get them, am I happy with them? Sure. My teeth look great now and they are straight. However, when I started, he estimated less than a year. Like, he told me like 8 months, 9 months when I got my Invisalign, and the process actually ended up taking over a year. I remember writing down my little gratitude journal, and it was like, got my Invisalign. It was just over the year date that I started my nighttime retainers, and I just started my nighttime retainers last week. And I think that's what prompted me to do this video, is because I've actually completed, I should say, my Invisalign journey. Oh, but now I have 2 years of retainers at night, which I did expect to have some sort of retainer, maybe for the rest of my life or something like this, but that was not explained to me by my dentist. And let's get into another reason why not another reason, let's get into it. I ended up getting my Invisalign through my dentist, and I probably would next time go and get a second opinion, or I would go straight to an orthodontist for anything that has movement with your teeth, braces, shifting. And I feel like I was sold to, like, he just wanted the kickback on the Invisalign. And I've been going to this dentist since I was a kid. I've actually been going to the same dentist office since I was a child. He is a new incoming dentist in the last 15 years. He's not new anymore. He's been my dentist, did my wisdom tooth removal, all of the things. But I don't know, he was just very, like, salesy about the Invisalign and how they would help, and tartar buildup and this and that. And I actually had remember calling one of my friends, and her husband was a retired dentist. I'm like, is this true? Like, do people get braces because they have tartar buildup? And he was like, no, he's just trying to sell you. And then, you know, he showed me, of course they did. You go and get your Invisalign, and they do this whole simulation in your mouth, and they show you what your teeth would look like when they are straight. And that, I think, was the selling point for me. He also knocked off some sort of amount, which dropped it from his original quote, like over $1,000. So then I opened up a care credit card, and everything just went through that way. But I did end up getting my Invisalign. I am happy with my results, and these are just things that I would do differently, or tips and tricks that might help you through your journey. I really think somebody needed to talk to more. Maybe there are more videos out there, but for me, I didn't look up YouTube at that time. So let's get to it. Some tips that I definitely think you need to be aware of when you're starting your Invisalign journey is the tray switching. If you're switching out your trays, for me in the beginning, it was like every 2 weeks. And then my second part, it was literally every week. And then after like that part, I went on my third part, it was like every 5 days. Okay, best time to switch your trays is probably at night. Why? Because you're gonna sleep, you can take some ibuprofen. Like, that first 12 hours of the uncomfortable tray switching will be done while you're sleeping, and the movement and all of that gives a little bit of time for your teeth to feel better in the morning. So this is something that helped. This was recommended by another one of my friends through Instagram when I told her I was starting my journey. I also popped ibuprofen like it was my best friend, and I'm not one to do that. I don't really take medicine or things like that, but the ibuprofen saved my life. I used that so much in the first 1 or 2 days of switching out my trays. Use it, don't abuse it, but it was great. My teeth hurt a lot in the beginning, and anytime I had to put my trays in, just like even when they were out, like crunching on anything, like eating tacos are a weekly thing for me, and I could not even eat tacos, like biting into the hard shell, so I became a soft taco shell eater, which that was even difficult. Biting into pizza, things like that were just hard when I was switching up the trays in the beginning days. So that is something to take a note. I mean, if you like to eat, I lost 10 pounds. My dentist said that was something that happened, and a few people on my Instagram responded to me and told me they also lost weight when they started their Invisalign journey. Other things, I was given a little chewy thing, and they did not give this to me until like the second or third time I went back for new sets. And they're like, are you using the chewy thing? I'm like, what chewy thing? Well, it's a little rubber thing and you just chew away on it. And it actually does help. It makes your retainers click in better. They make everything feel better. And I wish I had gotten that when I first started. So they dropped the ball at my dentist's office. Yes. Let's get to the smoking weed part, because I Googled so much about smoking weed when I was using these, because I smoke weed and I wanted to know, can I smoke weed while I wore these Invisalign? Well, Reddit and all these other places, people were doing it. And I'm like, you know what? What's the worst case? They're going to turn yellow and then I just throw them away after the 2 weeks anyway. So I smoked and took the whole time with my Invisalign in. I even told my dentist I did it. He also had no explanation to whether or not I could with them in, because I did ask and he didn't know. So if you're interested, can you smoke with them? Yes, you can. Will they turn them yellowish? Probably, but you can clean them. That's the good news. And let's get into that. Technically, there's only 2 things I know you can do. And one of them is the Invisalign Crystals. Those were given to me, some of them a few sample packs, and I think these actually work the best. There must be some bleach or chlorine or something in them, because whoop, that chemical smell. But they will make them go right back to the original clear, just like when you get them the very fresh day. So I definitely think it's worth investing if you're looking, but if you're tossing them every week, like who cares if they're turning a little yellow? You can't tell when they're in your mouth. You can only tell that they're kind of yellowing. And that's if you're like you're smoking or drinking coffee, or I want to say even like sugary things with them in. If you don't, they probably won't turn that color, to be honest. So that's if you're drinking coffee. So here's the second thing you can do when you're going to clean them, and that would be hydrogen peroxide and warm water. Now that was the method that I used 99% of the time, because I didn't want to spend the money on the clear crystals after all the money I had already spent on the Invisalign and getting them in. Now the clear crystals, like I said, work great, but the warm water and hydrogen peroxide does a pretty good number for it. And you can see that they clean them well. Take your little toothbrush and brush them. I don't recommend using your toothpaste. I never tried it. They did tell me that it will make your Invisalign cloudy, so don't use toothpaste in your Invisalign. My dentist also recommended dish soap and water with my Invisalign, and it kind of does make sense. Like you could use dish soap, but I felt like I did that in the beginning and I don't know, wasn't getting a good enough clean. I preferred the hydrogen peroxide method, so part water, part hydrogen peroxide, 1-to-1, and warm water. I did that every single night. Give them a good shake, wiped them with my toothbrush, and then pop them in after I brush. That's what I did for cleaning. This is what my teeth look like in the beginning, and then this is what my teeth basically look like now. I definitely think it worked. My teeth are straighter, they're a lot nicer, and I didn't realize how bad they were. It was nice that he showed me, but I would go back probably, if I had to do this all over, I would probably go to a regular orthodontist, and I think I would end up with regular braces. And I say that because I'm 32 years old, so I thought that getting, braces would be, I'm always on social media, I share videos, I do things. It was like, not that I was going to take a hit to my confidence, but I just wasn't sure if that was something I wanted to do with the braces. So when the Invisalign came up and my dentist said it wasn't that much money, I never got a second opinion. But going back now, I probably would go to the orthodontist and I probably would get regular braces, because you know what? It's all about improving your oral health and getting your teeth nice and straight so that you feel more confident on the outside. Like I said, I didn't really have that issue, but now that they're straighter, I do feel better about my smile. I definitely notice a difference. Like, even me, I'm like looking in the mirror right now that's over there, because I notice the difference when I see my before and afters. And if you're having issues, insecurities, I definitely recommend getting teeth straightening. Whether it's the regular old school braces or doing the Invisalign. I think my journey was a shorter journey with Invisalign maybe. It was probably more expensive, but at the end of the day, I have straighter teeth, and that was the goal. This was my story. That's my story with Invisalign, and I hope this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments. If you have comments, questions, concerns, share your Invisalign journey with me, because, I think everybody has different journeys with things, or you got them maybe because your dentist also persuaded you, let's put it that way. I'm also not going to that dentist anymore, by the way, so don't come at me for that. I switched dentists since I just ended last week, and I have decided to find a new dentist. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get alerted when I post videos like this on the weekly, and thanks for being here. Peace out. It's your girl, Matt.